Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Stapakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharma Swarupine Stapakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharma Swarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishna Te Namaha. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityormamritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, who came to establish religion universal, the Supreme God incarnate, the embodiment of all religions. Let us pray to Him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. We have been studying Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Today's topic I have chosen 10 commandments to achieve peace of mind. As long as people are involved in worldly activities beyond control, they cannot have peace of mind. Not only that, they cannot really enjoy real happiness in life. So, there are methods how to achieve peace of mind. In fact, in the last class I told one boy, a bright boy, good-looking youth, studying medical school, and he was crying, Swamiji, how can I get peace of mind? In my one interview, how is it possible to give him peace of mind? One has to practice steadily, constantly, with determination, then only it is possible. It is not impossible, it is possible. Ways are there, and Sri Ramakrishna has clearly shown the way through his teachings. So, the very first commandment is, do not interfere in others' business unless asked. Are you really aspiring for peace of mind? If you are serious about it, please follow these 10 commandments. That's all you will get. Sri Ramakrishna said, referring to the formation of a new sect by somebody, Sri Ramakrishna remarked, well, there are different views. All these views are but so many paths to reach the same goal. But everyone believes that his view alone is right and that his watch alone keeps correct time. And they begin to argue that is what is happening in the name of religions, how people are losing the balance of their mind. The main cause of the tremendous unrest in the whole world is religious disharmony. And Sri Ramakrishna came to establish harmony among religions. But people are not ready to really aspire for peace of mind. Terrible competition in matters worldly, leading them to chaos. Most of us create our own problems by interfering too often in others' affairs. We do so because somehow we have convinced ourselves that our way is the best way. Our logic is the perfect logic, and those who do not conform to our thinking must be criticized and steered to the right direction, our direction. So, this kind of argument has got a tone of fanaticism, narrow-mindedness, bigotry. When you are having all these, how can you expect peace of mind? It's only on the paper. But Sri Ramakrishna is very practical in assuring how to get real peace of mind. So, this kind of attitude on our part denies the existence of individuality and consequently the existence of God, for God has created each one of us in a unique way. No two human beings can think or act in exactly the same way. All men or women act the way they do because they are prompted to do so by the divine within them. There is God to look after everything. Why are you bothered? Mind your own business. If you concentrate on this ideal, you will have peace of mind. The second commandment, which is very important, equally important, in order to establish well in the peace of mind, is forget and forgive. We generally don't forget. Small things cause great irritation and make us unhappy and lose our balance of mind. There are so many reasons. We create situations so that mind gets disturbed. And then we try to defend our actions, whether good or bad. So, naturally, one will not have peace of mind. We often nurture ill feeling inside our heart for the person who insults or harms us. We keep on thinking on that person more and more, and this thinking again and again over the hurt feelings will cause revengeful attitude. The whole Mahabharata story is a story of revengeful actions, tit for tat. So, we foster grievances, which in turn results in loss of sleep, develop stomach ulcer, high blood pressure, and many other ailments that stealthily gnaws us from within. So many body ailments. So, such a man is full of misery and suffering in spite of having lot of wealth. We forget that the insult or injury was done to us once, but by nourishing the grievance, we go on excavating the wound forever. Just like monkey scratching the wound. The small wound becomes septic. Many animals do that way. And there is one instance in Swami Chidananda in his younger days. Once he was walking through, he saw a dog suffering from a wound. Swamiji felt very sad seeing the suffering of the animal. So he brought some sulfur and put it on the wound. Because this was done not when Swamiji had already become monk, but before that. And after some time he is coming back and he saw, instead of the animal being free from suffering, it has multiplied. Because what has happened, it kept on licking the place where the sulfur is pasted. So by that way, this dark suffering became more acute. Then Swamiji thought we should not have put sulfur. Anyway, so same way, we go on remembering, brooding over the insult, and that makes us more and more restless. Therefore, it is essential that we cultivate the art of forgiving and forgetting. Believe in the justice of God and the doctrine of karma. Let God judge the act of the one who insulted you. Life is too short to waste in such trifles. Forget, forgive, and march on. Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel, O Lord, be gracious. My mind, which should think of you day and night, has been wasting its power. It thinks of worldly things alone. You see, it is the brooding over the wrong things that makes us more restless. So, forgiveness is a spiritual quality. forget whatever a person might have done. That shows the strength of the person. Anyway, if we don't have such strength, it means we should cultivate that. We should cultivate. That's why practice is mentioned. Practice is prescribed in order to make us strong. Otherwise, why should there be practice at all? The third commandment, do not crave for recognition, name and fame. Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel, if a man loves the unreal, such things as creature comforts, name, fame and wealth, then he doesn't want to know God, who is of the very nature of reality. So mind is totally absorbed in pursuing name and fame, power and position, becoming more and more wealthy. So in that process, he himself is causing more and more restlessness in the mind. So you can't expect peace of mind according to your terms. There's a definite way of achieving peace of mind. You have to follow all these things meticulously. Then you will have peace of mind. So, practicing spirituality makes you more and more peaceful. This world is full of selfish people. In fact, the nature of worldliness is selfishness. The more you are selfish, the more you are worldly. 50% selfish, 50% you are worldly. 25% selfish, 25% you are worldly. So, the selfishness should go if you have to be spiritual. It's only through spirituality you will achieve peace of mind. The people seldom praise anybody without selfish motive. They may praise you today because you are rich and have power, but no sooner you are powerless, they will forget your achievement and start criticizing you. Moreover, each person is a mortal with a bundle of defects in them. No one individual is picture perfect. Then why do you value the words of praise of another mortal like you? Why do you crave for such false recognition and lose your peace of mind if the world does not praise you? Believe in yourself. People's praises do not last long and are not worth it. Do your duties ethically and sincerely and leave the rest to God. If you get the recognition from God, that is real recognition. The fourth commandment is do not be jealous. Do not be jealous. Swami Vivekananda gives a nice example in one of his teachings. And there was a tub full of crabs. One fellow was picking up crabs and putting in the tub, but he did not cover the tub. It was opened. Another fellow passing thereby, he asked, what? You are taking so much trouble to put the crabs inside the tub and you are not covering the mouth. They will all go away. Then this first man said, you are a fool. Go and see inside what is happening in the tub. Curiously, that fellow went and saw inside. What was happening? No doubt, one or two crabs trying to come up from the tub. The third or fourth one is trying to pull down the leg. So, in that process, no one is allowed to go up. That is called jealousy. Jealousy. Matsarya. That's why Sri Ramakrishna calls it enemy. One of the 6 enemies. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. All these enemies are staying in our heart. And we want peace of mind. How can you get it? Unless these enemies are uprooted. So, we have to have these spiritual lessons. But spiritual lessons are totally neglected nowadays. They want technical education. Job oriented, finished. So, naturally, you can't have real peace of mind. So, Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel, we are all calling on the same God. Jealousy and malice need not be. Don't be jealous. You will progress very fast. We all have experienced in some way or other, how jealousy can disturb our peace of mind. You know you work harder than your colleagues in the office, but they get promotions, you do not. You started a business several years ago, but you are not as successful as your neighbor, whose business is only 1 year old. There are several examples like these in every walk of life. Should you be jealous? No. Remember, everybody's life is shaped by his previous karma that has now become his destiny. If you are destined to be rich, not all the world can stop you. If you are not so destined, no one can help you either. Nothing will be gained by blaming others for your misfortune. Jealousy will not get you anywhere, but will only give you restlessness. The fifth commandment, change yourself according to the environment. If you try to change the environment single-handedly, the chances are you may fail. Instead, change yourself to suit the environment. As you do this, even the environment which has remained unfriendly for you will mysteriously appear to be congenial and harmonious. So, wherever you are, you create your own atmosphere. That's very important. Create your own environment. The sixth commandment is endure what cannot be cured. Sri Ramakrishna said in the Gospel, one must practice spiritual discipline such as self-restraint, self-control, forbearance, and the like. So many hurdles come, so many things happen, but you have to bear with. You have to bear with. So forbearance is a spiritual quality again. You have to develop all spiritual qualities. So in order to do that, you have to maintain discipline in life. This is the best way to turn a disadvantage into an advantage. Every day we face numerous inconveniences, ailments, irritations, and accidents that are beyond our control. We must learn to put up with these things. We must learn to endure them cheerfully, thinking, God will it so, so be it. God's logic is beyond our comprehension. Believe it, and you will gain in patience, in inner strength, in willpower. So we must take everything in this perspective. Learning, everything has a teaching, a lesson for us. If you have that attitude of learning, then very helpful for getting peace. Seventh commandment is, do not bite more than you can chew. This maxim should be always remembered. We often tend to take more responsibilities than we are capable to carry out. This is done to satisfy our ego. You must know your limitations. Why take on additional loads that may create more worries? You can't gain peace of mind by expanding your external activities. If you have extra time, then spend it in an inward life of prayer, introspection and meditation. In fact, Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel, one should pray, O Lord, please lessen my duties in the world, so that I can devote more time in prayers and meditation. But we have seen people getting more time. They use the time, they abuse the time in all things not useful for one's personality development. So, one has to spend the time in an inward life of prayer, introspection and meditation. This will reduce those thoughts in your mind which make you restless. Fewer the thoughts, greater is the peace of mind. Eighth commandment, meditate regularly. That's very important. Sri Ramakrishna says, he said to the disciple, the other day I told you the meaning of bhakti. What is bhakti? It is to adore God with body, mind and words. With body means to serve and worship God with one's hands, go to holy places with one's feet, hear the chanting of the name and glories of God with one's ears, and behold the divine image with one's eyes. So, this is the meaning with body. What is with mind? With mind means to contemplate and meditate on God constantly, and to remember and think of His Leela. With the words means to sing hymns to Lord and chant His name and glories. Devotion, as described in Narad, is suited to the Kali Yuga. It means to chant constantly the name and glories of God. So by regularly doing meditation, the mind becomes serene. This is the highest state of peace of mind. Try and experience it. If you meditate earnestly for an half an hour every day, you will tend to become calm during the remaining 23 and a half hours. Just half an hour quality meditation will keep you wonderful throughout the day. But when you do meditation, you have to be fully awake and fully focused on what you are doing. Your mind will not be disturbed as much as before. You must gradually increase the period of daily meditation. You may think this will interfere with your daily work. On the contrary, this will increase your efficiency and you will turn out more work in less time. That's the beauty of constant meditation. The 9th commandment, never leave the mind vacant. Sri Ramakrishna said, work is necessary. It keeps the mind engaged. It will not do to say that God exists and then idle away your time. You must reach God somehow or other. Call on Him in solitude and pray to Him, O Lord, reveal Thyself to me. Weep for Him with a longing heart. You roam about in search of woman and gold, lust and gold, like a madman. No, be a little mad for God. Let people say, this man has lost his head for God. Why not renounce everything for a few days and call on God in solitude? That is the purpose of our conducting retreats for the people. At least for 3 days, they will be cut off from all other botherations, so they can fully focus on the retreat. When they go back, they immensely enjoy. Immensely. What will you achieve by simply saying that God exists and doing nothing about it? There are big fish in the Haldar Pukur, Sri Ramakrishna says in the Gospel. But can you catch them by merely sitting idly on the bank? Prepare some spiced bait and throw it into the lake. Then the fish will come from the deep water and you will see ripples. That will make you happy. Perhaps a fish will jump with a splash and you will get a glimpse of it. Then you will be so glad. Sri Ramakrishna gives another example. Milk must be turned to curd and the curd must be churned. Only then you will get butter. What a nuisance. Someone must show God to a man while he himself sits idly by all the while. Someone must extract the butter and hold it in front of his mouth. What a bother. Someone else must catch the fish and give it to him. All these are words of Sri Ramakrishna. A man wanted to see the king. The king lived in the inner court of the palace, beyond 7 gates. No sooner did the man pass the first gate than he exclaimed, "Oh, where is the king?" But there were 7 gates, and he must pass them one after another before he could see the king. Empty mind is the devil's workshop. All evil deeds start in the mind. Keep your mind occupied in something positive, something worthwhile. Actively follow a hobby. Do something that holds your interest. You must decide what you value more, money or peace of mind. Your hobby, like social work or temple work, may not always earn you more money, but you will have a sense of fulfillment and achievement. Even if you are resting physically, occupy yourself in healthy reading or mental chanting of God's name. The last commandment, the 10th one, do not procrastinate and never regret. Do not procrastinate and never regret. Sri Ramakrishna again says in the Gospel, one cannot achieve anything through laziness or procrastination. People who desire worldly enjoyment say about spiritual progress, well, it will all happen in time. We shall realize God some time or other. Do not waste time in wondering, should I or should I not? Days, weeks, months and years may be wasted in that futile mental debating. You can never plan enough because you can never anticipate all future happenings. Always remember, God has His own plan too. Value your time and do things. It doesn't matter if you fail the first time. You can rectify your mistakes and succeed the next time. Sitting back and worrying will lead to nothing. Learn from your mistakes, but do not brood over the past. Do not regret. Whatever happened was destined to happen only that way. Take it as the will of God. You don't have the power to alter the course of God's will. Why cry over the spilt milk? So, Sri Ramakrishna has said many things Sri Ramakrishna has said in the Gospel. The point is, we must sincerely aspire for the peace of mind, and that prompts you to take proper steps. Simply if you are worrying, oh, I am sick, I am depressed. By worrying like that, can you get over weakness? Can you get over depression? No. The remedy of weakness is not by brooding over weakness, but thinking of strength. Swami Vivekananda says. So let us try to follow these 10 commandments of Sri Ramakrishna to achieve peace of mind. Sri Ramakrishna says, the boys are like fresh earthen pots, good vessels in which one can keep milk without any worry. Spiritual instruction arouses in their inner consciousness without delay, but it is not so with the worldly minded. One is afraid to keep milk in a pot that has been used for curd. The milk may turn sour. Your boy is still free from worldliness, untouched by lust and gold. Doctor said, just because he is living on his father's earnings. I should love to see how free he would keep himself from worldliness if he had to earn his own livelihood. Sri Ramakrishna says, yes, that's true. But God is far away from the worldly minded. For those who have renounced the world, He is in the palm of the hand. The meaning of renouncing the world means that the whole mind wants God alone. That's the idea. To Dr. Sarkar and Dr. Tukari, Sri Ramakrishna said, but renunciation of lust and gold is not meant for you. You may renounce these mentally. That's why I said to the Goswamis, why do you speak of renunciation? That will not do for you. You have to attain the daily worship of Shyamasundar. Total renunciation is for sannyasis. They must not look even at the picture of a woman. To them a woman is poison. They must keep themselves at least 10 cubits away from her. And if that is not possible, at least 1 cubit. And they must not talk much with a woman, no matter how devout she may be. Further, they should choose their dwelling at a place where they will never or scarcely ever see the face of woman. Money too is like poison to a sannyasi. If he keeps money with him, he has worries, pride, anger, and the desire for physical comforts. Money inflames his rajas, which brings tamas in its train. Therefore, a sannyasi must not touch gold. Dust and gold makes him forget God. For householders, money is a means of getting food, clothes, and dwelling place, worshipping the deity, and serving holy men and devotees. It is useless to try to hoard money. With great labor, the beast build a hive, but a man breaks it and takes the honey away. Doctor said, whom shall we hoard for? For a wicked son, perhaps. Master said, it is not a wicked son alone. Perhaps the wife is unchaste. She may have a secret lover. Perhaps she will give him your watch and chain. You should not renounce woman completely. It is not harmful for a householder to live with his wife, but after the birth of one or two children, husband and wife should live as brother and sister. It is attachment to lust and gold that begets pride of learning, pride of money, and pride of social position. One cannot attain divine knowledge till one gets rid of pride. Water doesn't stay on the top of a mount, but into low land it flows in torrents from all sides. Doctor said, but the water that flows into the low land from all sides contains good water and bad water, muddy water and ditch water. Again, there are hollows on mountain tops as well as at Nainital and Manasarovar. These contain only pure water from the sky. Sri Ramakrishna said, only pure water from the sky. That's good. Doctor said, further, from an elevated place, the water can be distributed on all sides. Master said smilingly, a certain man came to possess a Siddha mantra, a sacred word by repeating which one attains perfection. He then went to the top of a hill and cried aloud, repeat this mantra and you will realize God. Doctor said, yes. Master said, but you must remember one thing. When his soul feels restless for God, a man forgets the difference between good water and bad water, ditch water. In order to know God, he sometimes goes to good men, sometimes to imperfect men. Dirty water cannot injure an aspirant if God's grace descends on him. When God grants him knowledge, he reveals to the aspirant what is good and what is bad. There may be hollows on the top of a hill, but they can't exist on the hill of the wicked ego. Only if it is an ego of knowledge or an ego of bhakti does the pure water from the sky collect there. It is true that the water from a hilltop may flow in all directions, but that is possible only from the hill of the ego of knowledge. We shall stop here. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust raging furiously within. O name streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself. O self, drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name, that bought for various souls. Various are thy names, O Lord, in each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who finds in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree, take no honor to thyself, give honor to all, chant and sing the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame, as many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy, consider him as dust beneath thy feet. Oh, how I long for the day when instant separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years. And my heart burns with desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrated at thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though with tears my soul ascend. O thou who stillest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere, may all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, May the tranquil be free from bonds. May the free make others free. May good betide all people. May the sovereign righteously rule the earth. May all beings ever attain what is good. May the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time. May the earth be blessed with crops. May all countries be freed from calamity. May holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.